Well, we're looking at about 115. And honestly, that's about as close as we can really get. It's good to be back out here on Silver Ridge Peaks. I've actually been out in Wisconsin the past week, and my brother got married. We did a little bit of bass fishing, caught some really nice walleyes, some northern pike, and did a little bit of goose hunting as well. But anyways, today we're back out here on Silver Ridge, and I want to try and hunt some mule deer. Ooh, that is definitely something we want. That's a huge ram out there, and that's actually a piebald mule deer, which that would be kind of cool too. So we definitely want this big ram at about 200, and then we'll try and take down the piebald doe. I think the ram actually just bedded down. That's really cool. So actually, we might try and slide over a little bit more to get a bit more of a broadside shot, and then we'll try and take down the piebald doe. It's actually a really cool variant of this piebald doe. So if we slide over just a little bit here, we should be able to get pretty decent angle on that ram. And we'll take down the piebald doe. Drop the ram, and the doe should be down right there. Cool. Yeah, I actually caught a really nice northern pike, about a 26-incher, and I was having my girlfriend record it, but unfortunately she only recorded the beginning part and the ending part. So she likes to record in clips. She would record in maybe like 30-second clips, and of course at like 35 seconds is when this huge northern pike hit my bait, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get it. Well, I caught the fish, but there was no video. But anyways, let's grab this really cool piebald doe. I do believe we should mount it because it's a really cool variant of the piebald, so we'll definitely get her mounted. And I just got a call from another mule deer behind us, but not really worried about that at this moment. We're gonna check out this huge ram here. Should be like a 155 or so, which is a massive ram. A 155 score, and we got a left lung vertebrae at 202 yards. But that's a beautiful looking ram. Awesome curl on him, and he weighed 319 pounds. Take a look at that shot there. A little bit high, actually. I always forget the vitals are a little bit lower on these ram. We'll have to remember that next time, though. But nonetheless, that's a beautiful looking ram right there. A couple of hen turkeys out there. 1, 2, and 3. All commons, though. That makes 4. If there was a rare, then we'd probably be a little interested in it, but looks like just a couple. Ooh, that's a max weight gobbler. I am definitely interested in that. We don't have the collar, but we have the bow and the small grain arrows, so I think we're gonna attempt at trying to get a little bit closer and taking him down with the bow. There he is. He's about 120 out right there. He's in a little bit of brush, but he should step out a little bit. I can see his red head enough to be able to take that shot. It's gonna be kind of tough, but we'll try and zero in for like 110. I see his head right there. 120 is gonna be too high. 108 would work, but again, we got to see him a little bit more than just that. Okay, I think I can see him. Not exact. Oh, there he is. Okay, I definitely see him now. He's right there. About 115 out. Got him. So here's our gobbler. We'll swing by here and pick him up. I actually got him in the right metacarpal at 115, and a 4.3 gold is a pretty solid gobbler. Hit just a touch high, but not bad for 115 with the bow. So as usual, I'm really not finding a bunch of big bucks on my map. This is actually one of the biggest bucks that I've seen so far. And I do believe we're going to take it and then probably go to either a different spot or go to a new map. Well, he's pretty broadside at about 380, so I think we're going to try and take him down. That actually looked pretty much like right on the money. Hit a little bit high, but honestly 380, we needed to hold pretty high on that. And yes, we did. Right on the money. He's down. So yeah, I actually had an opportunity at quite a few geese. We had like 150 of them land on the sandbar next to us, and we were hoping that they were going to come back because they spooked as we were coming to that spot. And unfortunately, only one flock came back, and it was really windy, so we had to take kind of like a 60-70 yard shot. We ended up getting one goose out of the flock, which, I mean, it's better than none, but yeah, the whole big flock didn't come in. We went out the next day, and then they kind of landed about like 120 yards from us, so they just weren't quite in range either. And we tried to sneak up on them, and it's really difficult to sneak up on like 100-150 geese, I'll tell you that. That's actually a small ram. Cool. So yeah, 380. I think we put a pretty decent hit on this buck because he went down really quick. Let's swing by and find out just how well we did. Double lunged him at 380. I thought we hit high, but we actually did not hit high. Just hit a little bit far back, but that's not bad though. 380 double lung. Now that's a pretty good one. That thing is super wide, and he's going to be a beautiful muley buck. Definitely going to be our biggest one that we've seen in quite a while here. We're still on our own map, so we can potentially go to a different server here, or at least go to multiplayer. But finally, we have something that's actually a respectable buck. Well, we got up to about 180 here, but he's a little bit too quartering away from my comfort, so we're going to wait till he turns a little more broadside. And that is not exactly what I had in mind. So we'll have to get just a little bit closer, put out a call, and maybe be able to call him back in. Maybe like 10 yards closer. It definitely looks like he's coming back. If that is in fact our buck, that is in fact our buck. He's about 160 out right there. And he stopped. And that's a smoke big muley buck. Let's go over and go get him. Actually, that's not a bad buck right there as well. It's hard to tell just how big he is, but he looks pretty solid. He's right there trotting. That's a pretty solid buck. And I think we tucked in there pretty nicely. Well, there's our big buck down there. So I suppose we should pick him up first. And then we'll head over and grab our second buck. Let's pick him up. And that's going to be a 259. Double lunged him at 147. But he's going to have probably a 40 inside spread on that thing. So actually a 44 inside spread. That's the giant muley buck right there. 259. Beautiful buck. We'll take a look at that shot. Nice double lung. And I was going to say let's track down our second buck, but he's literally piled up right here. So we did in fact make a really good hit. Ended up getting a double lung liver intestine on the run on him at 108 yards. He's going to score 240. So another pretty solid muley as well. Really cool rack. Tons of stickers on his G2s there. And that's a nice buck. That's actually the biggest pronghorn that I've seen in quite some time. And I don't think we're going to pass up this opportunity. He's out there at about 380. So we could potentially take that shot as soon as he... Yeah, that could work right there. So 380. So we got stacks of level 4s over here. Which apparently I haven't hunted them in a while. Because they're all over the place. But that one right there is about 280 out. There was a couple of muleys over here that I can't see right now. But I know they're over there somewhere. But 277. That should work. If we can get right about here. Take kind of a quarter-inch shot. Yeah, that'll definitely work. And he's down. Let's go get him. This, I believe, is the second one that we got. And right along at 269 yards. He scored 90.9. I believe the one side actually is a dime potential horn. And the other side is not quite big enough. But still a really cool looking pronghorn. And 90 is a massive one. But I think the other one is just a tad bit bigger. He's going to score 92.6. We double lunged him at 369 yards. Now this guy is quite a bit more symmetrical, as you can see. He has almost identical horns on both sides. But 92, it's a beautiful pronghorn. Take a look at that shot. Wow, dropped it in there right on the money. Finally, another pretty good buck out here at about 180. He should be somewhere around like a 250s as well. So we're going to take him down. He's pretty broadside in a little bit of grass, but that shouldn't be a problem at all. Definitely should have been a nice smoke buck. And he's down. It's not a bad buck there. We might try and get him as well if I get a chance to, since we are on a tripod. I don't even know if we'll be able to. Oh, hold up. I think we're going to take down this buck instead. Yes, we will. 257. Double lunged him at 180. Another really, really wide buck. We'll take a look. That's going to be a 42 inside spread on that buck there. So a really wide buck as well. And it looks like we clipped right above the top of the heart there, so nice shot. This should be the second buck down here, over a little bit more to the right. Double lunged him at 253. Another right over the top of the heart there, so not a bad buck. A 206. That's actually one of the, well, it would have been a double fork G2, but he only has one fork on one side there. The other side, it's actually a pretty unique buck. So I decided to join a multiplayer game, and it's actually like 2300 at night. But here's one thing I didn't know. Mule deer actually drink at 2300 at night. I never would have guessed it, but that buck right there is going to be like a 260s buck as well, and he's 140 out, but it is 2343 at night, and we have this big buck drinking. So that's really cool, because I didn't know that they drank at night. And there he is out there at about 150, so we should be able to take down this buck. Oh, it's going to be kind of hard to see him, actually. You know what? We might be able to call this buck in. Well, that didn't exactly work out. We decided to change the time to daytime now, and we have this beautiful buck coming in here at about 120. And this time we have a good wind. It looks like he should come right past us, somewhere around like 40 yards out. Okay, so he's about to cross the road here, and he's about 60 yards away. He's coming right towards us, but I'm assuming he should somehow turn around eventually, or he's gonna walk right past us here. Honestly, I don't even want to call. I just want to let him keep on walking and come as close as he can. He's about 40 right there, so he's definitely in range. But we're in a little bit of grass. Maybe if we backed up a little bit, then we could possibly stand up. Oh, actually, that was not good. That was definitely not good. Okay. I don't have any cover. I don't understand how I have a little bit of cover and then no cover. I know he's only... I see him right there, but then I can't. Okay. He's 38 yards away right there. What I think we're going to do is draw back and then stand up and take the shot. Perfect shot. We just smoked him. I've been trying to get him at night, and he just was too smart to come in. So finally, we got him to come out during broad daylight and made an awesome shot on this beautiful muley buck. That's actually a pretty cool buck, too. I like how they're super wide like that, and he has the fork G2s on both sides. Really cool buck. So yeah, let's take a picture of him. Very respectable buck. And let's find out just what he's going to score. He's going to score 257 gold, and we made a double long heart shot at 40 yards out. So a perfect shot and a beautiful muley buck right there. We're actually out here on Lil Z's server right now. And so yeah, that was pretty cool. I can't tell if that's an albino or a dilute. If you look at a different one and then look back at him, I still can't quite tell. It looks pretty white to me. It really does. But it's so dark that I really can't tell what it is. Either way, we're definitely going to take it down. It's a decent buck as well. At about 340. Got another pretty good buck back there. But I think... yeah. We'll go for this buck. 340. Try to catch the heart. Didn't get the heart and didn't get really anything, actually. So that's not really too good now, is it? Definitely got him that time, though. Yeah, we did. Wow. So the first shot was very, very bad, and the second shot was really, really good. Got a decent pronghorn over there, and we have to go over there anyways, so we're going to take down this one. He's a level 4. I don't want to spot him because I don't want to lose the track from that albino mule deer, but 370. Whew, that's going to be tough. But I think we got it. We definitely got it. We piled him right up. Let's go over and go get our rare albino muley and pretty decent sized pronghorn. So this is actually our pronghorn, but this here is not from our pronghorn. This is from our buck, buttery medium. So we'll swing by, oh, our buck's right there. Well, that's going to make this quite a bit easier because we see him down there. An 85.7, but a 378 yard double lung on him. That's not bad at all, considering it was quite a ways out there, and we put it right on the money. Beautiful pronghorn. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing if this really is a true albino. But by the looks of it, it definitely looks like it's a... That's an albino. That is definitely an albino. Look at the pink nose. Pink nose, pink hoofs. This is going to be a pretty decent albino too. So I'm actually very happy with this thing. Can't really see him very good, but let's pick him up. A 215. And I guess the first shot missed. What the heck? I thought we had it on him pretty good, but we might have went right over the top of the spine. But the second shot on the run at 362, we made a nice right lung. But at 215, that's almost a gold albino and a really cool rack. I like that a lot. I am very happy with that buck. That's one of the biggest bucks that I've seen in a while. That's actually the 6 rack, I believe. So that should score somewhere around like a 270s or something like that. Honestly, he does have a pretty huge rack. So we're going to try and get a little bit closer and make sure that that's going to be the biggest buck here. Well, we're looking at about 115. And honestly, that's about as close as we can really get. Yeah, it's exactly as close as we can get. So let's back up, go prone, and try and get zeroed in for about 100 yards. It's basically what we have to do here. $105, that should be perfect. So let's draw back. Okay. I know this sounds kind of dumb, but I just want to make sure that that's the right buck. It's not. We're about to smoke a doe. That's why you always double check. So there's our buck right there. He's 115. That's going to be our buck. Ooh, that looked perfect. Let's watch. We don't even have to watch because he just piled up. That's a beautiful buck too. Right there he lays. Let's go over and go take a look. I mean, honestly, with the score estimate, it seemed like it's going to score 250, but I would say it's going to be like a 270s buck. I really would. Here he is piled up right here. You can't really see him the greatest, but we might be able to get a somewhat decent picture. You know what? Yeah, I think we could get a somewhat decent picture from that. So we'll slide over right here and take a picture. Cool. And let's pick him up. Yeah, he is a 260 buck. I figured he'd be close to a 270. That's a 264.5 scoring muley buck, and we hit him at 116 yards out. Looks like we made a double lung shoulder blade. A little bit high, but still smoked him. I mean, double lung at 116. That's an awesome shot, and a beautiful muley buck as well. So I think we'll get him mounted, and that's going to look really cool in our trophy lodge. Welcome back to our True Racks Trophy Lodge here, and here's our 215 albino muley that we got with the 30-06 at about 250 yards. Now the first shot, somehow we completely missed it, which I have no clue how, but the second shot we made a really good right lung shot on the run on this beautiful albino muley buck. So he looks really cool there. And then we have over here our 267 scoring True Rack muley buck that we hit at about 117 yards with the bow. He looks really cool here. He's super wide, and yeah, I think that's gonna look really cool just like that next to our diamond buck. And it'll be our albino muley and then our huge dilute muley buck. I mean, to be able to get an albino this big would be just phenomenal. But anyways, there's going to be our albino, and yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I do want to say Thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate it. I haven't made a video in about 3 or 4 days now, and hardly anybody is really saying, oh, when are you gonna make a video? When are you gonna make a video? You know, it's like, it's really cool to know that you guys understand that I was busy with my family and, you know, outdoors doing fishing stuff and hunting stuff. But anyways, I really appreciate that. I just want you to know that. But anyways, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.